In my last video, I built homes for 4 different 2000s cartoons in The Sims, which included Rugrats, the Powerpuff Girls, Codename Kids Next Door, and Courage the Cowardly Dog. These were some of my very favorite shows growing up. I absolutely loved these shows, but I want to clarify. I understand that some of these shows actually aired in the 90s, but I call them 2000 shows because as a 98 baby, I grew up in the 2000s, and these were some of the shows that were extremely popular in the 2000s. That's why I'm calling them 2000s cartoons, okay? If you haven't seen my last video, in that video, I built the entire exterior of this lot, so I recommend watching that one first and then coming back to this one, because in this one, I'm gonna be furnishing all of the homes that I built in my last video. Also, I wanna make a little mention. My favorite cartoon of all time is actually SpongeBob, and you might be wondering why I did not include that if that is my favorite show. Well, the reason being is because I actually did an entire bikini bottom build on my channel already, probably a year and a half to 2 years ago, and it was such a fun build. So I recommend checking that out if you haven't already. I'll link it down below. It's a 2-part video, but that's why I didn't include that one in this build. I'm ready to jump into it, but before we do, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I think you should do that. I think you should do it because, like I said in my last video, I have some really exciting things coming up. I'm going to be able to film so much more, and subscribing just makes it easier to get notified about my videos. So if you like this type of content, I think you should subscribe. With that being said, let's jump into today's video. We're going to go ahead and start with Rugrats because that's the one I started with in my last video. And as you can see, I already worked out a floor plan and I did my flooring and wallpaper. Here we're going to have our front entryway. We're going to have a kitchen, laundry room, living room, and depending on spacing, I may put the dining space in here or in here. I don't know yet. And then upstairs, another hallway, the parents' bedroom, Tommy's little bedroom, and a bathroom here. So as you can see, here is a shot of the living room, like this sort of salmony, orangey wallpaper, blue carpet. I mean, the coloring in this house is just crazy. That's the plan. Now, when I'm looking at the front entryway, I'm going to be basing it on this image here. So let us just get started, shall we? We have a green rug right by the front door. I like the color of this one better, but I think it needs to be sized. Yeah. And then off to this side, we're gonna do a green rocking chair. Let's just do this one. And then a table with a lamp. We actually have a lamp that looks very similar to that. I just don't know if we have the right swatch for it. It looks just like this one. I don't think I like that rocking chair. Maybe instead of a rocking chair, we just do this. Some family photos on the wall. Let's add a cactus here. What about this smaller one? Okay. Make that work. Let's add this crafts box. The whole house is gonna feel very lived in, a little chaotic. Ooh, let's add these shoes, but shrink them so they're like baby size. Yeah, let's add this diaper bag. Okay, here is the completed front entryway. Just added some more finishing touches, some toys, added some more pictures to the wall, and some clutter items on this little side table here. I'm not gonna overdo it, but it should look lived in. It should not look like a fancy, nice and neat house. Let's move on into our living room. The furniture is so interesting. Like the fireplace, I don't even know. I have no idea. Okay, let me just figure out the fireplace. It's purple. Of course it is. No, of course it's purple. Because why would it be a color that we have? It also has like a stone top piece similar to like this. This is as close as we're getting as far as purple goes. What if I just do the purple bookshelves? It's just not quite dark enough. I did some things. I don't know how I feel about it, you guys. Okay, let me show you what I'm trying to recreate. I'm trying to recreate this fireplace situation back here. It's not going well. It's not great. So what I did was I used this fireplace, and in order to get this situation, the problem was the mantle on this fireplace kept poking through, and I didn't want that. So I used tool mod and I flipped the fireplace around, and now I just have that top piece, which is really what I was looking to accomplish. So that's good. Next up, I need a pink patterned chair and a blue couch. So let's start with the blue couch. This isn't bad. I kind of like the shape of this one too. And then we need a pink chair. Wait, what about this one? That kind of works. I don't like the color of these, gotta be honest. I'm not liking that. I could do these and add stuff to the shelves. That might look a little better, right? And I wish this couch wasn't so dark. I think that's a better shade of blue. I don't see a coffee table, but I think I'm gonna add one anyway. Let's just do that one. Maybe just these. Now I want to do the little baby gate. How am I gonna do this? I love this new base game playmat because it just looks so like 90s to me. I don't know. I love the color scheme. I just used the fence. I sized down this baby playmat for a rug. I don't see one in the living room. So I guess I'm just gonna kind of have fun with it. Maybe we can make this rug work. Put it like a little crooked. I also want a TV, I think. Just do this one. Let's get some pillows too. Okay. We need some toys, some blocks, toy box. Very nice. Let's add some stuff for Stu as well. But first I'm gonna add some baby things. For Stu, some failed inventions. Let's do like this box of experiments here. Okay, let's grab this TV remote. Oh my gosh, it's huge. Oh yeah, this thing of magazines, baby bottles. Oh, let's grab that video game console from Adventure Awaits. Yup, this is so cool. Oh, these board games. All right, let's get some art on these walls. What do we say? I mean, maybe we can add one of these on the wall over here because it's kind of a big wall. You think it would look good to add a table? Yeah, I am taking, again, my own creative liberties. I always do, you guys. I can't leave a room empty. It's quite impossible for me. I love how I was looking for art and now I'm not. I just love how that works, you know? Okay, let's get a music player. Let's do one of these. I'm gonna size it down a little bit though, because it's huge. What about these photos? Something like that. We can size these up. I kind of like the green one. Cute. That feels right. Let's add this like in the couch cushions. So I want to add some things that would kind of be part of like the kids' imagination, them doing things, using ordinary things for their adventures, you know, because they've got imaginations, they're kids. Where did my imagination go? I think I'm done with my living room. Let me show you the details that I added before we move on. So I added a bunch of toys all around. Some stuff under the coffee table, like a magnifying glass and this little hammer and like a treasure map. I think my thoughts are like when the babies get out of their little playpen, they use the different furniture and like normal items in the house and imagine that there's something else. So like maybe they are pretending that under the coffee table is like a cave or something like that. I added some dog stuff as well. I did in fact add my version of Cynthia here, like a little crown. These are little hints at Angelica. I'm ready to move on to our kitchen, which is going to be right here. I went ahead and added some like muddy paw prints. Now, when talking about the kitchen, this is what we're looking like. Okay, we've got the checkered flooring, orange cabinets, blue, mostly like a blue and orange color scheme. Now, for our kitchen cabinets, let's pick some out, shall we? We don't have any that are like super orange. We'll go ahead and add a fridge here. This is probably the closest one. Okay, and then the oven is right next to it. Yeah, let's do this one. And we need a microwave. And we'll do that one. Let's grab a dining room table. Maybe I'll do this table. And then it looks to be like purple and brown chairs. Let's just do these ones. I'm gonna add this phone over here. What about this culinary caddy? What about some sippy cups? Yeah, here we go. Let's maybe add this in the kitchen as well. I like the idea of, again, like imaginative things kind of all over the house, you know? Adding these place settings for the adults, the food spill item, wherever that is, by the child's seat here. Here's like a kitchen upgrade part. I'm gonna stick this somewhere, maybe this hammer. And what if we actually give them the beat up broken microwave, like he was trying to like do something with it and he actually ended up breaking it? I feel like that looks pretty good for the kitchen. We just have one more room down here, which is going to be our laundry room. Let us first grab the washer and dryer. Perfect. Laundry baskets. And also this dog food ironing board here. And what about some shelves up here? I also wanted to make mention that I did add a dog bowl here for Spike in the kitchen. And then I finished up the laundry room, just added some more clutter. I added some toys in here. Every room should be sprinkled with a little something. And now we can move up to the upstairs. For this hallway, I think a good use of the space would be to add a like station for Stu's sort of things that he does. Let's just give him another workbench here inside the house. That looks fine. Oh my gosh, this is so ugly. All right, hallway is done. Here's what I did. I went ahead and added this, like, I forget what this is called, Junior Wizard starter set, and I sized it up so it would be more like adult size. I decided to use this as Stu's like little workstation. I don't know, I just thought it was interesting. Let's go ahead and move into the parent bedroom. Let's pick out a bed with patterned bedding. Maybe we use my favorite bed. I think I will do the orange. Let's get a dresser in here. I think I like that one, but I don't know. We'll see. This purple recliner in the corner. I don't hate that bed. Maybe. I guess I could maybe make those work. I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. Let's get a full body mirror on the wall. Okay. For Stu's side table, we can have like a wrench, a mallet, a saw, and like one of these things, whatever this is. I need some kid stuff in here. So let's add some more toys in here. This nice little thing of lingerie. Oh, I kind of like the patterns on this rug, actually. Okay, maybe we can do some shelves up here because I'm not seeing any artwork that I like. It's like that. Okay, what other clutter items can I add? What about this most special vase ever? Maybe Tommy made it for them. Some more handprint pictures. I think I'm gonna wrap it up for the parent bedroom because I feel like it looks fine. It looks like the parent bedroom. I did add these shelves, cluttered them up. I want this house to not look super organized, okay? We've got Stu's side of the bed over here. Have Dee Dee's side of the bed here. Some family photos. We have our dresser with a TV and a chair and some toddler stuff. Let's move on to Tommy's bedroom. It looks like there's a crib and a bed. So Tommy loves dinosaurs. So I'm seeing if I can find a bed that makes sense, I guess. I don't know. I think I have to change this wallpaper. Yeah, let's just do that. This is an option. Oh, it has a dinosaur on it. So we're gonna add this right here. Let's do this dinosaur bed. The dresser. Let's just try this one. What if I shrink this and I just do the changing table portion on here? A trunk of toys. This is gonna be our Reptar. We don't have a green version, but we're gonna do that. Let's do the storybook. Maybe I just do that wallpaper. Let's add this. Let's do this dinosaur rug. Whenever I say I should have the part 2 up pretty quickly, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me because it's been like 4 days. Homegirl is barely finishing up the Rugrats house. I'm sorry. I still have 3 more to go, but I'm done with the Rugrats house. So let me show you what I did. Here is Tommy Pickles' final room. I added this little cardboard thing that he could have made and just a bunch of toys. Okay, and then I just put together this bathroom. We have a bathtub here, an adult toilet and a toddler toilet, and a sink over here. Let us move on to the Powerpuff Girls. I worked out a floor plan and I'm trying to figure out flooring and wallpaper. I'm probably going to make some changes. So here we're going to have our entryway. I don't really know what this is going to be. Probably a dining room. When it comes to the house, this is the vibe, okay? So this is like the living space. I like this concept art. I think this is fun with like the funky wallpaper in some areas. This looks to be the professor's lab. I really like the fun, funky colors here too. I think that's super fun. So I'll likely be changing some wallpaper and flooring, but let's just start with the living room, which is gonna go here, I guess. The fireplace is very interesting. It kind of reminds me of this vibe here. Let's find a couch, a blue couch. You know, maybe this one will work. I kind of like the size of that one better. I feel like the carpet needs to be darker, similar to something like that. Okay, and then there's a little coffee table. That one's okay. I want to add a little table over here as well. Maybe one of these with a TV on it. Or we'll actually do this one. So I'm having a very hard time. I changed up the floor plan a little bit. I think this flows a little bit better with what it actually is kind of supposed to look like. I've been struggling to decide if I want to keep it true to like the actual show or if I want to go like more just Powerpuff Girl aesthetic instead. I think because I have a pretty decent shot of what this room looks like, we're gonna do this, and maybe I'll kind of follow suit in here, but I think it might be fun to add in pops of Powerpuff Girl like coloring. I'm making it up as I go. So this is my living room, okay? And then we're gonna have our kitchen and dining room in here, a bathroom here, and then Professor Utonium's room's gonna be here, and then we're still gonna have the secret lab underground here, and then the girls' room upstairs. This is the picture I'm referencing right now, okay? This is what I'm doing. Is this totally accurate? No, but you know what? It's gonna do. I'm grabbing some art. Some art from the gallery. Let's do that. That is so cute. Let's grab one of these in the red color. I kind of want to add some abstract art in here as well because this is a very modern home. This isn't bad. That's kind of speaking to me a little bit. Oh, what about one of these above the couch? Like that? Ooh, that feels very Powerpuff Girls. I like that. Okay. Oh, what if I move the plant to that side and we do a standing lamp? Like, come on. She's cute. They need a CD player for sure. It may just have to be this. I'm going to size it down and I'm going to stick it underneath. And then we're going to do the stack of CDs. Yes. This area, adorable. Okay, Glinda and Alphaba. Add some sort of bench. I think I like that one. I just don't know which colors to do. Some tennis shoes for Buttercup right here by our ottoman. Maybe a tea set would be cute. That's such a cute one. And then let's add some sports stuff for Buttercup. Let's give her a soccer ball. We can add a video game console as well. This in green. Okay, this is really hard for me, but I think I'm gonna keep it here. I'm not going to over clutter. You'll notice I did add some cracks in the wall. Imagine that a fight broke out in the house and they have yet to repair this damage. Let us move on to our kitchen and dining room. For our dining room table, I'm thinking of doing just a brown table, maybe like one of these. It looks like brown chairs also, and they're pretty tall. I'm thinking these ones. Kind of like the teal color. That's fun. And for our kitchen cabinets, I don't really know. Should I just do like a normal cabinetry like this? Okay, that's kind of interesting. Our fridge here. Let's do that fridge. I kind of like that it looks cartoonish. White oven. I also added a pantry as well. I'm gonna add some shelving in here. Maybe we can add like a cupcake, a coffee mug for Professor Utonium, melted ice cream cone for Buttercup. This is for Blossom and for Bubbles. Let's do this one. How cute. Perhaps we can add another side table here. We can give the girls some crafts and stuff on here. School books. Add that craft thing, and then a light fixture. That one's very like cartoon-esque to me. Interesting. Let's add this homework stack for Blossom as well. And we'll do one with a little bit of spillage like that. Let's add a fruit bowl, because why not? That's probably fine. Now that looks more like what I want it to look like, I need a pot to put on top of the stove. Oh, perfect. We can add that pot. It's a little chaotic in here, okay? He's trying to cook food for his girls. I feel like that's good for this kitchen part. Let's get our pantry all stocked up. All right, here is the completed kitchen. I don't know if I already showed this. Maybe I was showing you the pantry. Here it is. Completely finished, all done. I also finished up this bathroom. I wanted to make the bathroom kind of cute and colorful. I also added just a couple of things in this room just to sort of decorate it a little more, make it a little more chaotic. Nothing too crazy though. Let's finish up this floor by completing Professor Utonium's bedroom. So I imagine his bedroom will be pretty simple. Let's pick out a bed for Professor Utonium. I would really like a blue one. That's not bad. I do like how cartoony it is. I wish the backboard was, or the headboard was brown, like a wood. We're just have to make it work. I don't know. For his side tables, I like these ones. These ones are kind of modern. Let's grab him a dresser. We do have this matching one. I could put it at the end of the bed. Might just add this simple desk. That's pretty good. Okay, let's give him a computer. This one. I like how big it is. I don't know, like research notes, something that's not too obvious, but maybe can give like a hint at it. Just do the open notepad. Here, let's put it on the dresser. You know what? A small bookshelf might be kind of nice. Maybe just this thin one. Very simple, very cartoon-esque. Let's grab this basket of folded laundry. Yeah, let's grab one of these beakers. Okay, that's pretty good. I do maybe want to put a little bit of damage in the wall again, because this is the same wall that has the damage on the other side. So I'm going to add a crack in the wall as well. But I want his room to be simple with some touches of the girls in here. So we've got some toys. We've got his bed over to this side, his desk with some of the girls' artwork, and a bookshelf over here. And that's gonna do it for this first floor. Let's do the girls' bedroom and then we'll go down and do the lab. It's a little blurry, but here is the concept, okay? Beds that are sort of put together. We've got plushies all over the place, a toy box. All right, I need to pick out beds for these girls. That would be perfect if it didn't have a different color headboard. I wish you could just change the bedding and keep the headboard. Like, why? Why do they do this? Again, another example. This one would have been perfect. I can blend this one a little better. Okay, see, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. I just need to figure out a headboard situation. Yes, this is what I wanted. You guys are going to be seeing the vision, okay? Like, come on. And now I want to find some decals that I can potentially add to this. This one's close. I wish it wasn't. I don't know if I want to do a neon sign. I just don't know if that's gonna work like this, but I just feel like that's not gonna show up that well. Let me just see how this looks. What do we think about that? Are we seeing this? My only other issue is like the multicolored base here, and I want to figure out how to address that. I need to think. I'll be right back. I've done it again. It's not perfect, obviously, because I can't change the color of it to match the beds, but at least the bases of the bed aren't different colored wood. Okay, so I used these walls, this rock solid faux wall from the Sleek bathroom kit. I sized it down twice and I just kind of lined around the bed, and I think that looks pretty solid. You know what else we have that might be really cute instead is the heart side tables. I might have to do these because that's just so Powerpuff Girls. And for the lamps, they're like little creature lamps. I may have to do some finagling of my own to get it how I'm seeing it. And then what happens if I try to add a teddy bear or something? That's not bad, right? That looks pretty good, I think. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Now I need a vanity or even a pink dresser. I kind of like the shape of this one. Okay, and then I need a heart-shaped mirror, which we don't have, unfortunately. Okay, that could work. This one's pink. I only need 3 chairs. Oh, I like these little lunch boxes. I need to add these. And then we also have a toy box over here. So, and it's a purple one. Let's do this one. I need lots and lots of toys and plushies. Larfy right here. This guy, because he's got a little outfit on and I love that. So we can add Bubbles. We'll do Buttercup and we'll do Blossom here. Perfect. It's the small council. You know what? Let's do this one. This one's cute. We'll size it up. I could also do this fun swatch. I want to add some of these pictures on the wall. Could do that there. And then I would like to do some drawings, like some artwork that they may have done over on this wall. We can add some ribbons. These could be for Blossom because she's kind of like the overachiever type. For Buttercup. All right, just added this little gallery wall here. What if we add some full body mirrors? It's really snug, but I love it. Maybe scoot it in just a little more. I think I finished cluttering up their room. I don't want to do too much because I feel like if I do too much, it's going to look a little too crazy. I'm also contemplating if I would like it better if it was just plain. And I think I do. So I'm going to keep it plain, but I'll keep the closet this pattern color. I just think it was a little too chaotic. Here is the closet that I put together. Just added some clothes. Their room is super cute in my opinion. I love it. Last but not least, let's go into the professor's laboratory. I think the first thing that I want to do is add some cabinetry. I think I want to use these ones. These are from base game, like that. And then perhaps we can add these like on the back side. Okay, I don't hate that. Let's just do one of these. We can add this little gun here. We can add this here. We could actually add it over here. Can I put this under the stairs? Yeah, I can. We can add some of these. Not really sure what I'm doing with them quite yet, but I do like them. Let's add some more of like the test tubes and beakers and stuff over there. It's literally perfect. If I size this up to like grown-up size like this, unstoppable. That's perfecto. I'm loving that. Okay, let's add some more of these pipes. I also wanted to grab some of the artwork, like this sugar, spice, and everything nice artwork. I don't know. I think it would be fun to add these around. We can do some metal grates all over the place in here. All right, I am completely done with my laboratory. We have this area over here. Here is this area. Just added some clutter on the counters. And then we have this area. That means we are finally done with my Powerpuff Girls house. Let's move on to Codename Kids Next Door. So the bottom portion of this house is quite small. It's not very large, which is good because this is going to be where the adults mainly stay. Mind you, these branches will not go away, okay? The way that I had to do this, I couldn't make it so that these disappear when you go down like the rest of it. So we're just going to have to make do with what we've got, okay? This is going to be your typical suburban family home. There's not going to be any like specific aesthetic, I guess. This is going to be like where the adults reside. Kitchen, living, dining, and a bathroom. The bedroom's going to be upstairs. This is just going to be the parent bedroom. Let's just put together a quick little house down here. This isn't going to be the main event. Let's pick out a couch. Maybe just this beige couch. Can add a fireplace. Let's just do this fireplace here. Let's add one of these chairs. I like these ones a lot. Okay, coffee table. I just need something small. Or just one of these very like basic ones. Let's add a table back behind the couch. Let's do these. We can add one of these small little record players here in the corner and add some like magazines or something on the table. One of these normal little candles. Pile of board games. Let's add a TV. I forgot about that. Let's just do this one. Magazine holder. I'll make it kind of fun like that. Like the kids painted it or colored on it or something. I still want hints of like the fact that there's kids living here, just not as crazy. Maybe these family photos. Let's add a football. Thinking about finding a blueprint, some hints of the kids and what they're up to in this room. So let's take this blueprint and kind of have it sticking out from under the couch a little bit. Let's have this drone, size it down and kind of have it sitting back here. Or actually, let's have it flying like they're surveilling the area. Stick this vent like over here and maybe that leads to their tunnels. Can I add a mirror? Would that look okay? What do we think about that? I guess it kind of works. Maybe we can add something else like behind the couch, hidden. Let's maybe add one of these like rockets back here, some fireworks. I think that could be perfect for them. Just up to no good. All right, now that we've added all of these fun little details in the living room, let's move on to our kitchen. Let's do parenthood. That's kind of been my thing right now. Can do it like that. Can just do the matching parenthood fridge, I guess. Where the heck am I gonna put my oven? I guess I didn't think about that. Did not really think about that. I could put it there and then put a sink over here. I feel like that works. And then for our dining room, could also put my oven here. I don't know how I feel about that. We're gonna try to make it work, okay? Dining room table. One of these tables. I'm gonna make it work. That's it. That's all there is to it. These are kind of nice. Oh, the green works. The green works. It matches our wallpaper. Or I can move my fridge over here. Really nuzzle my fridge. Okay, hold on a second. Now I really might be onto something. Move the oven there. I feel like that might make more sense. We definitely need cookies in here, of course. We can have this cookie jar. Okay, kitchen is officially done. Just added some stuff to the walls, some clutter, just kept it simple. And then I also completed the bathroom. Here's the sink, toilet. I added some just like random kids things in there. And then we have our tub over to the side, which means I'm completely done with the bottom floor. Let's go up and complete the parent bedroom. Let me pick a bed. Maybe just this. Just like that. Just do that lamp, I guess. And then I still need to fit a dresser. I can probably squeeze one off to the side somewhere, just like this. Maybe I can put a desk Just this one. You can add a computer. Again, guys, I'm just making this so basic. Nothing super exciting at all. I think that's gonna do it for the parent bedroom. Very simple. I'm really not gonna overcomplicate it because it's so small. With that, it's now time to go into our treehouse. Let's start with number ones. Let me tell you a little bit about each character so we can kind of figure out what exactly needs to go in each of their little spaces. So number one, his name is Nigel. He's British and he is the leader and head operative of Sector 5. He is described as a stern workaholic. He would rather go on missions than spend his day off at the beach. So number one, I'm actually going to put him up on this top floor here because his is going to be like sort of the command center and I want him to be able to have like a lookout. And I'm looking at this picture here where the tree is coming inside of this room. I think this is going to be number one's space. It does look like there is a bed in this room, so maybe I will try to fit beds in here. It is literally just a blue bed with no bed frame. Oh, I think I'm gonna add this one. And then on this wall, let's add all of there's like a bunch of TVs on this back wall, and I am going to have fun with that. What if I add these trees? Because I kind of love this. I love that. I want these. Perfect. And there's also a bunch of shelves in here. Let's try some of these ones like this. So it would be kind of cool if on this wall we also had some shelves and then they used a car. I don't know. Let me see. Okay. The whole thing needs to be like filled. Oh, what about these tools? There's like a random bathtub. Yes. I like this used refrigerator. We're gonna add this over here maybe. He also needs maps, so I need to add some maps in his room. So we're gonna add like a map back there. I should also probably add a desk. One that's on the smaller side's probably best. Maybe just one like that. Let's do this chair. Looking for that wanted, yeah, have you seen these lawbreakers? I want this in here. Ooh, I want this. Some more files. Literally, we need this tactical map. I'm gonna replace this one. Yes. Research archive. I like this room. I think this room's perfect. Let's move on to number two. This is number two's house. Let me tell you a little bit about number two. Number two, known as Hoagie, is American who loves cracking puns at every chance he sees and eating chili dogs. He is an inventor and pilot with a passion for flight. He is the 2x4 technology officer of Kids Next Door Sector 5. So he's one of the smarter in the group. He's the inventor. So his little treehouse is going to reflect someone who likes to invent things. So when it comes to number two's room, this is what we're going for, okay? He is our inventor and he is a pilot and he is the smart one. Now I do want to pick a bed for all of them. So the rooms, this one's kind of small. It's much smaller than the one we just did for number one. I think I'm gonna have to create a way to get into the houses because I actually did not consider that part. Now there's access. I like this bookshelf a lot. Can I add it back here? I can make that work. Okay, that works. Back to what I was doing. He could have one of these like cots. So maybe we'll give him this one. Let's open up Strangerville because this is where you're gonna get all like your plane parts. Okay. What about this other broken down plane from Jungle Adventure? I kind of like this stuff. Do a workbench, maybe some parts. I like this. I'm gonna find a place for that. I'm like literally filling this place up with a bunch of stuff and I can't even see what's going on. Let me move my bed out and I'm going to put these crates behind the bed. I could put this up here. I'm gonna stick that here. Let's give him these blueprints. Now I think what would be cool is to suspend this one up. Yeah. That's kind of fun and neat. For the pipe, maybe we stick this on top. Don't ask me why, I just kind of want to. Okay, so that's kind of like hanging up on the wall. Okay, this one turned out really cute and fun. So here it is, added lots of clutter. I also added a window over here just for some natural light. We've got a lot going on in here, and I think this looks really good. Let's work on number 3, which is gonna go on this second floor here. So let me tell you a little bit about number 3. So number 3, her name is Kuki. She is a Japanese American girl who is in charge of diversionary tactics and is the medical specialist of Sector 5. She also takes care of the hamsters that power the treehouse. She's optimistic, clueless, kind, patient, gentle. So when it comes to number 3, I'm looking at these images, and as you can see, her space is filled with plushies. And lots of them. I'm obviously not going to just have it be plushies, but that's her vibe. She also loves rainbow monkeys, which she collects and fantasizes about. Rainbow monkeys is a plush toy franchise. Let's pick a bed. This one, stop, it's perfect. We're gonna give her maybe 2 hamsters, just like that. Let's give her a desk that she can have like some medical supplies on, I guess. Okay, I need stuffed animals up the wazoo. Let's add the bear chair in the corner here. Oh, freezer bunny. Of course. I'm realizing that more shelves are needed on all of the walls. Let me fill up these shelves really quick, and then I'll be back with the final result. Here's the sitch. All right, added shelves all over the place. I also added the tree bookshelf in here too, because I kind of want the tree element in a lot of these. So I added that, and then I added this little tree thing on this side too, and some shelves on the tree little thing. And I think that looks cute. We'll add these medical instruments. We have an ear scope. Oh yeah. Here's like the cotton swabs and whatnot. Wait a minute, these could be my rainbow monkeys. Hold on. Let me grab some of these pictures. Oh my gosh. Wait, I need, oh my, the way that this flings around could make me lose my mind. I wish it didn't have like the base to it, but I need to add it. It's perfect. I'm adding rainbow monkey. Okay, let's find a light fixture. I still want it to be treehouse-esque. Let's give her the branch light. Perfect. Okay, that's actually really cute. Which means, you guys, we don't have that many left to do. So next up, we have number 4. Let me tell you a little bit about number 4. So number 4, his name is Wallaby or Wally. He is the brash and impulsive hand-to-hand combat Australian boy of the Kids Next Door Sector 5. Also known for his apparent lack of intelligence, preferring to simply beat up any and all obstacles in his way. So because of that, we are going to give him sort of the like training room. His is gonna be a little more run down, a little more beat up because, you know, he's like the more rough and tumble of the group. So let's give him a bed from Werewolves, naturally. Oh, we can give him a weight rack. Where is the weight rack? Here it is. Let's give him a weight rack. The like rundown punching bag. This is from Base Game, I think. I don't think we have like wrestling mats or anything like that. So we've got cheer mats. Maybe this we can pretend this is a wrestling mat. Maybe we can add the darts in here. Like, he just seems like he's kind of chilling. He seems like the type. Oh yeah, I was gonna grab some of like the cracks and stuff in the wall to really sell it, you know? Let's give him the beat up sort of training robot also. So because he's like the more sporty, athletic of the group, let's give him the soccer lamp. Yeah. Sports equipment. Let's give him this poster. I feel like he would enjoy an energy drink poster. Let's give him a bow and arrow. Why not? Oh, let's give him this broken TV screen, and we'll move this poster like over here or something. Let's do this tree thing. Maybe I can dirty it up a little bit. Give him like a pile of trash by the bed. Some of these. Yup. You guys, it's editing Ariel here. So I'm editing. And I realized that I had paused my filming and didn't realize that I never unpaused it. And I completely finished number 4's room and almost completely finished number 5's room. Now, you'll notice in the video that I do realize that I wasn't filming part of number 5's room, but I didn't realize that I didn't film any of it. So No, I love that. Forgive me. You didn't get to see any of that. That's my bad. But you get to see the finished results. So there's that. Okay, let's get back into this video. Oh my gosh, I wasn't filming that whole time. Are you kidding me? You're actually joking. I have no idea what I showed last. No clue. I thought I was filming. Why am I like this? Truly, why am I like this? I don't know. I don't even know when I stopped filming. Okay, let me just show you what I have because clearly my brain doesn't work. But first, let me tell you a little bit about number 5. So she is Abigail, otherwise known as Abby. She is intelligent, relaxed, and is second in command in Sector 5. She is responsible, book smart, and streetwise, and is also the only one with true common sense. So here is her surveillance area. Okay, we've got lots of gadgets, things on the walls. She's got a little bookshelf here. I added a chair, a chalkboard, a camera. Oh, I also gave her the listening device outside of her house. This is going to be it for number 5's little room. And that's completely it for my Codename Kids Next Door build. So last, but certainly not least, because it's one of my all-time favorites, is Courage the Cowardly Dog. I created the floor plan and did flooring and wallpaper. We're gonna have our living room here, our kitchen and dining here, and then upstairs will be a hallway, the main bedroom. This is going to be the creepy attic area, and then this will be a bathroom. We need a red chair, kind of like this. Then I need a rocking chair, which we do have some that look similar to this. Here we go, and it is like this orangey brown color. And then the TV is similar to like this one, but it's bigger than this. So I'm gonna scale this up. Let's just do this one. And then there's like a funky lamp. Kind of reminds me of this one behind Eustace's chair. Okay, and then there is a grandfather clock. Maybe just this one. It's simpler. And then sometimes there's a fireplace over here and sometimes there isn't. There's a mirror here, kind of like this, but let's just do this one. I'm gonna give them a fireplace too. Why not? Yeah, I think that helps fill out the space a little more. I don't like leaving things empty. You guys know me. Yeah, let's add this coat rack. We can't see this part of the room. I'm gonna add some details from different episodes, I think, but let me go ahead and add maybe a hutch or something here. Also, I need to move this window. Yeah, let's do this hutch. I like it. So let's go ahead and just add some magazines because he likes to read the newspaper. I don't think we have a newspaper. We do have this, the society papers. Let's give him that. Let's give him that. I'm gonna give Courage a bed over here because I can. For some dramatic effect, let's add some of those pictures that like change and are creepy. Yeah, I want that in this house. That just makes sense with the vibe, okay? Oh, let's give Muriel a knitting bag. Yeah, let's give her this. Muriel's reading glasses. This remote, we're gonna stick it on the arm of the chair. Also, someone mentioned in my comments on my last video that Muriel would absolutely have a cow plant. You are so right. You're so right. Muriel would 100% have a cow plant without a shadow of a doubt, and she would see nothing wrong with it. Like, she wouldn't even realize she was in danger, and I love that for her. Cow plant is in. So I want to add some hints at different episodes. One of them is going to be the King Ramses returned the slab. So we have an item in Jungle Adventure that's like a slab in a frame, and I kind of want to hang that. Yes. Yep. Let's add a violin, and I'm adding that because of the Hunchback of Nowhere, if you remember, carries around a little violin. We'll put that over there, okay? So there's also the Snowman Cometh. I'm seriously just looking up episodes and figuring out what's gonna make sense. So the Snowman Cometh, I can add a snow globe for that one. All right, and then for the Le Quack episode, what if we add like a duck figurine? I actually don't know for sure what we have as far as that goes, but I'm definitely about to find out. Okay, we have this guy. I'm gonna put this on the mantle. Okay, I think that's gonna do it for our living room. It's so plain, you guys, but their living room's plain. I added some details from different episodes. Maybe I can add a ghost gnome. Let's add this ghost. Now let's move on to our kitchen and dining. Let's pick out some countertops, and the countertops are green. In case you don't know what the kitchen looks like, here are the counters. We've got the dining room table over here. You guys, I think I'm gonna go with the ones from Vampires. So I need an oven. I mean, I guess I could just use that one. And our fridge looks like this one. Let's grab a dining room table. I just feel like that's really long. I think we're gonna go with a smaller table just because it fits a little better. There's also a little clock on the wall. We'll just do this one. That will do. I think this is the best we've got. Size it down. Yeah, let's just do that. This little basket of food. Let's find the baking clutter because Muriel is constantly baking. She lives for the kitchen. So I'm gonna add this baking clutter. Let's do that. This bowl, and then we'll actually do the boxes of cereal. We're having a bowl of cereal. Let's add the egg basket too. We'll do a water stain near the sink. On this, I can add some stuff for Eustace, like walking out of the door, and maybe some gardening stuff as well. These secret solution sprays for plants. Let's grab some dog treats too. I'm actually gonna move my sprays. We'll do the toolbox here. Okay guys, I think that's gonna do it for the kitchen. Here is a little table that I added. I also put this picture here. This reminds me of Eustace's truck. Now that that's done, let's go upstairs and complete that. Hallway is done. Just added a bench down here and some art on the walls and a little dog. Let's next go into Muriel and Eustace's bedroom. Here is what their bedroom looks like. Lots of floral wallpaper in this house. Okay, that's kind of similar actually. I think we'll go with that one. Now we need to add a bed. I don't mind this bedding. I just don't like the bed frame unless I squish that in there and then I try to make this fit properly. Okay, just ignore the sides because that actually works perfectly. We're just gonna make these ones work. Okay, that lighting looks much better in here. And then the rug is like a interesting like blue floral. Actually reminds me of this a little bit. Or there's that one. That looks pretty similar to it as well. And then for our dresser, we're gonna add one right here and it's like a kind of vertical dresser. We can just do this. Another small picture. We can just add this random one here. Another thing that I'm kind of seeing in the pictures is that there is a chair. I really like this one, so I think we'll do this one. Let's go ahead and add some stuff on the nightstand. So for Muriel's side, I definitely want to give her some knitting stuff and cross stitch basket. Let's add the cross stitch basket over here. Let's also grab her glasses again and stick some on her nightstand like this. For Eustace, let's just do one of these again. I like the jewelry box. And then we can give Courage a dog bed. Why not? And some toys maybe. Let's also grab some of these decals from Werewolves with the peeling wallpaper. I just love this. Maybe we can add that ghost gnome again in here. Ghost gnome going after Muriel. I think that's gonna do it for the bedroom. Let's move on to the attic room, which is gonna be where the computer is. So the attic is generally pretty empty. The only thing that's really gonna be in there, or that's in there in the show, is the computer. But I might add a couple other things like storage and stuff up here. The desk should be a very plain and simple desk. Could just do this one, I guess. And then for the computer, we can do the research archive, which actually might be kind of nice. Let's put that window there. I don't really have space for a printer. I don't even think we have a printer in this game. We do need a little rug. We can do this one. And then I'm gonna add some storage boxes. Let's maybe use this shelf. Oh, let's add one of the creepy dolls. Yeah, I love the creepy doll on this shelf. So I just added some extra clutter, this creepy picture, and then I added this little blanket for Courage to like curl up in. I like the attic, it's creepy. The last room in this house is going to be the bathroom. We've got this wallpaper that looks like it has like these fans or shells on it. We clearly aren't going to have that specifically, but I'm gonna do my best. So we're gonna just go ahead and bring in this same flooring. What about this? We don't really have the right color. Otherwise, I do like this. You know what? That's not that bad. Let's add our sink over to the side. Let's just do this one from Horse Ranch. For the mirror, just this one with the medicine cabinet. And then we're gonna need a clawfoot tub. This is perfect, I think. And then over here, we're gonna have a yellowy toilet, which we do have. We're gonna need a step stool for courage. Perfect. Okay, I changed the tub to this one so I wouldn't have to figure out how to add a curtain to it. Let's do a black puddle reference. If you remember that episode, maybe we'll do this weird whatever this is on the ground. Ooh, and then what about a rubber ducky in the tub? This duck. I want to kind of reference A Night at the Cat's Motel, and during that episode, Muriel gets attacked by spiders while in the bathtub. So I want to add some spider stuff. Let's do this crazy one. I'm just going to add this to the wall here. Let's grab a spider web there. Let's just go ahead and leave the bathroom at that. Added some stuff into my little shed here. I added some like weird things in here as well. So for example, we've got this broken vase, whatever this is, these jars with these weird creatures in them. Added another duck statue. We've got a tentacle back here. So just some random creepy things. And I think with that, you guys, I am officially done with this entire build. Let's get into the final tour. All right, guys, here we are in my cartoon neighborhood. The nostalgia is real in this neighborhood. We're starting off strong with Rugrats. This one was really fun to do, and it really is peak nostalgic cartoon. Like, I remember watching this growing up, and I loved the way that it made me feel, and it felt that same and I felt that same feeling while building this house. I just think this turned out so cute. I loved adding the little details in there with like sprinkles of the kids around the house and also Stu's funky inventions. I just thought it was so much fun. And the colors are also so unique and very vibrant and bright. Not my typical color scheme, but I thought that was kind of fun to step out of my comfort zone with that. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it. Here we are in Tommy's room. I didn't love his room, and I think it's just because like the options that we have are not great, but it did the trick. And then here is the parent bedroom. Again, super cute and colorful. Love it. Next up, we have the Powerpuff Girls. This house was so nostalgic to build because let me tell you something. I was obsessed with the Powerpuff Girls growing up. I remember watching this show constantly, and I really resonated with Bubbles as a child. Now I feel like I'm more like Buttercup than Bubbles, but I loved building this house. I honestly had a really tough time on the interior because I couldn't decide if I wanted to stick to like the actual house from the show or if I wanted to lean towards like the actual like Powerpuff Girls aesthetic. So I decided to kind of do a combo, staying true to the layout and the like what's the word I'm looking for? My mind is going blank. The modern look while sprinkling in those vibrant colors. I thought that was so fun. So here is the girls' bedroom. So cute. I love the color scheme in here. It's so girly and cutie, and I just think it is adorable. And lastly, we have the professor's lab. I thought this turned out really cool as well. I love that I added those gallery art images of the sugar, spice, and everything nice. Super cute. Moving on to Codename Kids Next Door. You guys saw me build the exterior. This one was really challenging to do, but I kind of pulled it off. I think I kind of pulled it off. So here's the backyard. I really wanted this to be like a hub for them to like work on their gadgets that they're putting together, their traps or whatever it is that they're building and creating. I wanted this yard to be kind of funky and creative. So that's what I did. And then the interior, you know, just a standard suburban home. And I actually like it. I would live here. It looks so cozy and cute. The kitchen, again, I love the color scheme. I think it's adorable and very calm and collected. Not at all like what we're about to see in the treehouse. Here is number one's room. I had to do this final tour a little differently for these because it was like flinging all over the place. So I'm just showing you like shots for the most part. But I love the way that these tree houses turned out. I think that they look so cool and they're kind of chaotic, but like in a good way. They make sense with the character and with the show, and I really just love the way that this whole thing came to be, and all of the rooms are so different from one another, and I love that about it. So you guys didn't actually get to see the end result of number 4s, so there it is, and here is number 5s. Again, I'm sorry that I somehow managed to not film any of that. That's just me, you know? All right, and here is our other park, maybe the less, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but not as fancy, okay? And lastly, we have Courage the Cowardly Dog. This was one of my all-time favorite shows growing up. Next to SpongeBob, I loved Courage the Cowardly Dog. It's so spooky and creepy and weird, and I just love everything about it. So doing this home really felt full circle for me. I love this home. I think the house is so iconic, and it's so, like, everybody knows the Courage the Cowardly Dog living room. Like, everybody knows it. If you don't know it, then I don't know what you're doing. But this one was so much fun to do. I had a blast. I love the crazy print wallpapers and just like the older vibe of it all with that spooky element. I just thought it was so much fun to do. In general, this build was so much fun, and I really, really, truly hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And that is a wrap for today's video, you guys. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this cartoon build that I created. I had so much fun doing this and bringing these nostalgic shows to life. These are some of my favorite cartoons growing up, and it was so fun to pull them all together in The Sims. Let me know in the comments down below which one turned out to be your favorite. I just want you to know I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are so amazing, and I would not be doing all of this if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you for all of your support. It truly means everything to me. And yeah, that's it. I will see you guys in my next one. All right, bye.